God first, everything second. Five, four, three, two, one. With program management, it's like a puzzle. Have you ever seen have you ever seen those puzzles and on the front of the puzzle you see what is supposed to look like? Meaning when you take all these contents out the box and dump it on the table or dump it where you're at and you put everything together, it's supposed to look like that picture. Well, that's sort of what program management is. It's one of those things where when you dump all the puzzle pieces out, it should be reflective of what you see on that box. Hey, if you're new to the channel, I go by the name of ED. For all you smart and intelligent folks out there, listen, that just simply means Ed. I have a 7-point framework. After that 7 points, hey, I'm out. Today's episode is entitled, What is a Program in Project Management? Again, what is a program in project management? Hey, listen, family, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of ways have been how programs have been run. I don't want to be the judge or the jury. So I'm just going to educate and then we're going to move forward and I'll allow you to make the decision from there. First of all, we need to understand what is a program. A program is a collection of projects that are managed at a group to achieve efficiency of scale. Just as project management involves a coordination of individuals' tasks, program management is a coordination of related projects that are grouped together. I hope that woke somebody up right there. Let's get into the 7-point framework. Point number one, role of the program manager. Hey, just like I told you, just like how that puzzle on the box that you would see when you dump all of those pieces out, and then when you finally put all the pieces together and you look, the box should be, the picture of the box should be a reflection of what you put together as those pieces. Well, that's the same thing as a program manager. A program manager plans and designs how the projects are going to fit together to achieve the desired outcomes of the organization. Point number two, strategic harmony. Let me see if I can get my harmony. Hey, I'm trying. It's last time it was a flat line, so I'm gonna keep working on it, family. Just give me grace. But honestly, just as an architect assures that every puzzle piece fits seamlessly to reveal the complete image, a program aligns with multiple projects to achieve a strategic objective and with perfect harmony. Okay, that was the last one, I promise. No, I don't. All right, point number three, complex arrangements. Listen, there are so many complexities when being in a program. There's stakeholders. There's the need among the project. There's the need among people outside of the project. There's the need among equipment, software. Basically, what it is that a program manager really takes upon themselves to coordinate all the resources within the program to ensure that the program can be stable enough and effective enough that you can have the success that's required. Let's move on to point number four. Resource allocation. Again, shout out to PMI. I'm raising my hand again. I'm telling you, we need to put this in the iron triangle. It's just my suggestion, just my thoughts, right or wrong, but this is just what I'm thinking at the time. But seriously, it's about arranging the pieces efficiently. And as a program manager, while you're managing the budget, you also have to manage the manpower. We have to understand the difference of knowing when we need to engage resources and when we don't. Because I've seen it a lot of times within programs where these resources are just sitting around and they're not needed right now. And then what happens is that when we do need them, another priority has come up. Instead of saying, hey, we're going to need you in phase two. And because we're going to need you in phase two, you don't even need to worry about phase one. I'll get you up to speed. So that way, when it's time that I just need you solely for this program, that you can be dedicated at the same time. I understand you have your day-to-day work, but this will allow you to do both. And I understand it's a heavy workload, and it's our responsibility as program managers, project managers, but really program managers to ensure that we leverage our manpower effectively and equip them efficiently. Let's move on to point number five, risk. Okay, you didn't like that? Risk, no, risk mitigation. Hey, just listen. Risk mitigation is really as a manager, you have to be an architect that handles being able to really is really a challenge of fitting all of these pieces together and navigating the risk and obstacles to ensure a seamless project landscape. I'm gonna be honest with you, family. It's not easy, but it's not hard. See, and that's why I say when you identify these risks up front, when you identify these risks during your meetings, when you identify these risks and think of everything that you could potentially think. And again, I always say this, sometimes people think identifying risks is you're being negative, you're being pessimistic. No, 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 no. I'm being an opportunist by saying, if this opportunity comes up, you see how I flip that? If this opportunity comes up, what I'm referencing is the risk, then this is how we're going to respond if it flips into an issue. Let's move on to point number 6. You have to understand, family, it's like a movie picture. So I'm going to call point number 6, realizing the complete picture. You have to be at a 30,000 foot view and be able to have the ability like you're eagle and flying in all the way down to the grass level. That's my opinion. Some may disagree with it. And the only reason why I say that is because you have to have the ability to go all the way down to understand the root of what's going on and then be able to come all the way up to a 30,000 view and articulate it in a way in which sets the project up for success by understanding the full strategic picture. So you won't understand the full strategic picture if you don't do a deep dive first and then come out of the deep dive and find out what are those nuggets, what is that information that I can articulate out in a way that allow me to help people understand how we're moving with this program strategically and aligning with the company's goal and vision. Point number 7. One thing is about as a program manager, you have to have governance. And governance is really, I call it systems and processes and systems. I know a lot of people don't like systems and processes. They like to go all willy-nilly. But listen, family, systems and processes is going to save you a lot of headache. When you are documenting, the slogan here, documentation beats conversation. So having governance, having structure, having guidelines ensures that you will have success in your project. Let's move on to point number 8, continuous refinement. One of the things I love uh, regarding program management is the continuously looking at ways to improve process, to improve product coordination, to enhance an overall performance. It's frustrating when you know that this is not working and you keep pushing and pushing and like, well, and they're like, well, no, we're going to do it this way. Or if you really want to get under my skin, just tell me 30 ways of how it's not going to work, why it won't work, instead of saying, let me find a couple that will work. You'll hear that a lot, especially in the program management space. Everyone would tell you, the majority would tell you the reason why something won't work, but they can't give you one or two why they can work. So having the ability to shift the mindset of the team, having the ability to shift the mindset of the organization is key, because if you're unable to shift the mindset, you will have team members who are disgruntled, you will have team members, or I should say stakeholders, who are disgruntled, you have stakeholders that are not engaged because of the fact that you are not empowering them. That is your job as a program manager, to empower them, to show them the bigger picture, and then take the bigger picture and condense it down into small bite sizes so they can understand where you're at, where you plan to go, and what's the end goal. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I'm your boy AD. Until next time, you know my motto. I'm out.